remember, weren't really able to do much off of it. It's TSM, the winners of game number 3, now dropping in. Imperial Hal full committing onto this Octane play as they will get their way into Frag East. And it looks like they also have the beacon, so we should take a look at the map as soon as we can.
Oh, he's getting grief.
The Frag West team griefing him, but he does have the bubble, and they will be able to get that up. NPL getting challenged over here at Lava Fissure right now, as Bambino has to back off. Had the Wraith on the other side of that door, takes the roof now, and he has the help of Dracos and Ronnie coming in from the other side, but here is Mini to challenge him, taking out Bambino. So now NPL on the back foot, down to a duo here with the scan out. It's all 3 members from the squad on the other side. Flashpoint picking that one up.
Yeah, Flashpoint loves to play mid zone. Being contested 50-50 is going to definitely slow them down.
Yeah, and this one's taking long. NPL have not given up on the banner yet. They are persistent for this one. There's a minute left here, and we'll see how strong a Flashpoint commit onto it. They do have the roof. They can challenge Ronnie, forcing him back, and they're trying to utilize these head glitches, but haven't been able to get the damage yet. But there it is. And the scan comes in for Dracos at the right time, too.
Yeah, they realize they want to focus on rotation. They don't want to stay there for a while.
And that's really strong for Flashpoint because they actually hit their rotation timings. Typically 2 minutes before the ring starts closing, and now we do have a full proper geyser circle here. As it looks like TSM are making their move, but Pop-Tarts, they do have one player currently now playing over by No Name that might spot them out. But TSM were able to get the priority here, and we saw them in the last game. They played from this position beforehand. I don't know if they're going to full commit or make their way into geyser early on. We'll see, though. They do have that composition to try and play for the edge. They've got the Octane, but Pop-Tarts, their armor looks fantastic. All 4 except Exile here, who's still sitting on that white armor.
Yeah, I feel like TSM is gonna bunker down. I feel like that's their gameplay.
The scan did come out from Exile, but TSM are still here in the middle of the tunnel right now as they have the nades being traded off. And this is what happens when you make the early rotate forward for the positions, is that sometimes you just don't have the armor that you want. But you know, TSM are known for being able to fight back from white armor disadvantage. Reps and Snipedown still playing with that right now as the scan for scan, showing you, hey, we're here, don't push us. In Exile, we'll go ahead and respect that.
Yeah, and especially with that hard high ground on the middle, it's such a hard push for Pop-Tarts, and that's why they're trying to rotate around, get to the choke.
Unfortunate for them, it looks like they were able to pick up the key, but TSM are in there, and so they'll have to evict them if they want to get that vault. But they elect to play for this choke instead. They don't have to commit into Geyser. They can still try to play gatekeepers here from this choke. We saw how Applejacks were able to hold that position beforehand. Pop-Tarts can do it here, but do have eyes on that building. Scans are going down, and it looks like they want them to go ahead and actually just get in here. Another scan out from Exile shows that this building is free, so Pop-Tarts actually give up that choke. Would you rather play from the choke or from that building?
I think it's safer for you to play inside Geyser for sure, because you can also get grief from the other side of choke by Lava City. So I feel like going inside, bunkering down, saving your resources is definitely the move.
And that gives this position to Rockstar for free, as Tech now is going to go ahead and scan up with that drone to see if that building is free. Maybe they had eyes set up on this building as well, but they have a composition with a lot of CC. They've got the slow from the EMP. They've got the caustic barrels as well to throw down, and they have information. 2 squads in the area at the very least for now. Oh, Los Corridos are on top of Cheez-It once again. I believe this is where the fight took place last time for them as well. Right now, they're already down Prodigy Aces. Los Corridos are going to look to full send this. They have the composition to do it. Rakanishu took a lot of damage here, and here comes a full send from Los Corridos as Rakanishu is still trying to heal up. Joey Blackout trying to play around his barrels for now as he gets scanned up. Rakanisha throws down the scan, realizing that they don't have roof control anymore. He's going to go for an airburst nade with this one sliding out, but they're running out of space. They're running out of utility. They're running out of heals as well. The Phoenix kit being popped on over to Rakanishu. They need to hold for another 8 seconds for him to get that one off. Joey Blackout will hunker down with those barrels, but eventually you just run out of cooldowns.
Yeah, the thing is with Costa, you can buy as much time as you can just to reset, and you see another team pulling up.
Barrel giving them information too. Nice damage there with that wingman hitting for the headshot. Unfortunately for him, he does not have the skull piercer, so doesn't get the full value off of it, but it looks like they at least forced them back, and with a third party potential, you know, this push cannot happen anymore. Ooh, they get Prodigy Ace's beacon or banner just in time. There's about 5 more seconds before it expired. Rakanishu going for a really risky play off of that one. We know there's a squad to their southeast right now. And then, of course, you have Los Corridos that are right on top of them as well in that other building. Just the simple presence of that other squad, though, has stopped this push. And Joey Blackout, like you said, buying valuable time for themselves. Over here at Skyhook, we have Third Impact, who are about to get into a fight with this team. Don't know who it is. Is it going to be Liquid, who is on the other side of this one? Maybe Razor have made their way in here as well, or CLG. Find out. CLG? It is CLG on the other side of this fight. Defensive bombardment goes down for Lou. There is someone inside this building. Vaxlon will have another scan, and he does actually spot all 3 members. Jazz on top now. Doesn't have a scan yet for himself. We'll have one in just another second. But they do have complete roof control here, but both of these teams have committed onto this fight. They're fighting in the zone, and they are so far from the edge of it.
Yeah, and with their impact with the armor advantage.
Yeah, you got the double purple on Jazz and Zicky. Got the blue on Val on G, just double blue for CLG here. But Third Impact have been taking a lot of damage, haven't healed up quite yet, popping the med kit. But if this gets interrupted, they'll be fighting at a huge disadvantage, and he does actually stop it for now, as CLG are looking to make their push now. This is the timing. They have to stop these med kits, but Jazz will stick it. Zicky sticks his as well. And this is now where the tables have been turned. Balon G got aggressive to buy the time for the med kit for himself. Now he's the one that needs to heal up. CLG have lost out on one. Zicky with a stick onto Vaxlon, and Third Impact are about to wipe them out. They take out CLG and recover. Intel were the team that were looking to push on top of them here. And so it's surprising the moves that are coming out from both Intel and Los Corridos. Very similar rotation patterns that continuing to find themselves on the same part of the maps.
Yeah, I guess they'd like to play the.
Here's the full Revenant push. You saw. And use the jump pad there to get on top of them. Panders wasn't able to do any damage, clear them back. Defensive bombardment was used, I would imagine, by Metro during the push. And yeah, Panders has that Beast of the Hunt popping. He'll have another scan for himself. Joining on board with Team Liquid, who are making their way over towards that Harvester choke. They've got one person caught out, an unfortunate Fat Fruit Ninja DC'd. Oh, you hate to see it.
He hasn't gotten spotted yet, but the DC definitely killed the rotation.
Yeah, and that's your EMP. That's your scout, your droning potential now just gone. Sir Lifty goes down as and we'll pick that one up. And eventually they should be able to find Fat Fruit Ninja. They tucked him into a corner, it looks like, at least. Punched him into this tree. So maybe he does survive. We'll see if that's going to be the valuable rat cam eventually later on. We do have Team Razor about to get into a fight with NPL, also at No Name, but this is a hard pull into Geyser now. As you can see, still teams. You have Intel along with Los Corridos still fighting over at Lava City, trying to make their way into Geyser right now. Team Razor spotting out the squads that are still stuck inside that tunnel. Don't know if it's TSM poking out. Hitting for the white armor, it quite possibly could be, as Zera Tricky is getting closer to evolving his Evo to a purple for the time being. on board now with Cooler, who have not made their way into Geyser yet. They have a squad beneath them, and looks like Nasky is going to try and flush them out. Nice Arc
He does
Star
get
does damage to that blue armor, and they get that armor check, and it's going to be the full send now coming down now. Nasky makes the call, and he takes out 2 with the help of Dell. That's Flashpoint. What an amazing pickup. Getting rid of them, who Flashpoint have had 2 good games in a row, and now they're stopping their momentum. I don't think they got any points there.
I think they got one from the early 50-50 from Lava City.
Oh, that's true. They did
Lava
get that
Fisher.
1 kill onto NPL earlier on. Here's Team Intel, though, who have now made a play for this choke. They pick up some loot here, but again, they have to worry about their backs right now. They were able to stop that Revenant push just beforehand. Again, it's low cooldown on both the totem and the jump pad. And so in another minute or so, they'll have another opportunity to try to come for it again. And you have to imagine, after the early 50-50s that Intel and Los Corridos had against each other, Los Corridos have a point to prove up against them. They will try to full send it on them again. Back on board with Team Razor, who are still playing over by No Name. They have a team spotted out. Scanned only a duo. Gives them maybe some misinformation, but you might spot out the third in the distance. They do. So they don't full send it on this one quite yet. The charge rifle shots to try and farm up the purple Evo. 48 damage off. Really getting close to that one. Really can do it with the next shot if he needs at this point. But the ring has pulled into Geyser proper. Now they have to decide. If you're in this position, if you're in Razor's position, which rotate do you prioritize here? Do you go inside the tunnels or do you go for the chokes?
I go for a choke. The tunnel is such a hard push, especially when TSM playing those stairs. So many angles they can control that tunnel. I think choke is the best spot. They can charge rifle, make them panic, slide down.
Yeah, it's Team Intel that's playing the Southern Choke right now. They have control over the beacon building. I don't know if they were able to scan that yet. They do have the Gibraltar Bloodhound. Here's TSM turning around onto Razor, and this is why you were talking about playing against TSM in this position. They lost out on one. Hyarka is full sending it on top of Intel here as well, as it looks like that push finally did come. And right now, Team Intel are getting punished for it. Here is Applejacks on the western side of Geyser right now, fighting over the high ground. Aves is able to get the knock onto Nick Crazy. And the defensive bombardment will be used by Duplex to clear out their front, backing away to heal up as they get the fight reset for themselves. Scans as well. And so they have to be careful throughout all of this. When Applejacks trying to retake the high ground here, will go ahead and go for the peak as they try to res. They take them out.
Being able to res Metro and resetting is huge for Intel.
This is, honestly, it says a lot about Intel's team fighting as well, to be able to survive 2 of those. Here's NPL, though. They are committing onto TSM. TSM still inside, as Reps is the one charging forward. He's kind of popping like a frog up, and Bambino goes down. Snipedown with the Volt, picks that one up. E-Boy Ronnie, though, has the back of Imperial Hell and tries to punish him right now. And here it is, Imperial Hell pushing up. Never mind. It's a 3-team affair, it looks like, as they get the knock. And yeah, NPL losing out on Ronnie. They will lose out on Dracos ultimately, and they get wiped out. Here's the fight, though. Intel, it's all up to Panders by himself, and he's got the Horizon ult on top of him as well. Cooler coming in for this one. But how many of... Oh, it looks like they were actually able to just completely full third party and take out both squads. Defensive bombardment used, but the ring is closing up. They have to loot fast and start moving. Here's Team Liquid, though. They have been able to find a position in this building.
Flanking on the bank, trying to hold the backside.
Oh, that's a beautiful thermite as well, as they full push in through that. It was going to be Team Liquid.
Yeah, they got
holding down this building, getting Casper Rice Krispies out now. And now this ring continuing to pull deep into that back pocket of Geyser. Cooler were able to slide down into the safety of this little small corner here. But, you know, with the amount of bloodhounds in the lobby, it's not that safe. Oh, they might have spotted out a rat. You see the Wraith portal, or excuse me,
Oh
the
yeah.
Wraith cube being used, and Aves will go down. Yuki picks that one up, and he is currently the kill leader for the lobby with 4. So Cooler, at least sitting on 6 points overall. They have made top 10. Pringle's still alive, and again, they still have a hard rotation ahead of them, and that's why Fury is setting up that port for himself. But there's a team on the other side of the blue bins, not inside, but just out of it. Is Imperial Hal finds a knock onto Rockstar's Crummy. So TSM, remember, they're pushing out from that vault tunnel right now as Charlotte Phoenix, Charlotte Phoenix
Rice Crisp.
are playing off this building as well.
Mm-hmm.
Troubling part is that, of course, the portal has been used by Pride, and he does go down. And it looked like maybe he
And
was
the portal
inside the
goes
building.
away.
Oh, the portal goes away at the wrong time. Pride does get finished off by Alberlele, so Team Liquid sitting in a nice spot, making their rotation a little bit easier. TSM have pushed out from the vault tunnel at a great time as well, with 25 seconds left to go now. They're on the backside of this building, and as you can see, we have 303 inside here as well. Kraber from inside, Bambino, we'll see if he can get a knock. A headshot could open things up, but ASCII takes a lot of damage, is forced to bubble up, and now TSM are trying to get aggressive. Coming in for that side angle is Snipedown as Reps gets the knock onto ASCII, bringing this down to a 3v2. Snipedown has taken some damage, but he will have the Phoenix kit, the armor swap if he needs it as well. Now TSM have full control of this building. That was a fast take. I did not expect 303 to crumble like that.
That bubble push, it was just insane. They just wiped him out in 3 seconds, I feel like.
Now Pop-Tarts, they have found their way onto the high ground here. A lot of cover to work with as well. Imperial Hell trying to get the re-knock as the defensive bombardment comes down, doing a lot of damage. Here's Team Pringles playing from inside the water right now, getting the knock and the finish onto Mercy. Here, we're down to 5 squads, 13 players remaining. Pop-Tarts making their push now onto Cooler. They do take them out. 4 squads remaining now, 10 players left. Might have a rat somehow surviving throughout all of this as the scan comes out. And I think they have scanned the rat here. It's just one player left on the other side. It's Tech trying his best to survive for as long as possible. We have our TomCat rat cam, but not for long. Imperial Hal is going to exterminate him.
And TSM with the best spot again.
TSM, the back-to-back. I'm about to do it back-to-back once again. But it is a 3v3v3. Like you said, they have the best position currently in this ring. They've got the building to play off of. Pop-Tarts, the small pocket back here as well, trying their best to play around cover. But a lot of their heals are being forced out, and they have to survive for another 45 seconds before this ring starts closing. Fury taking a lot of damage there. That's his Q going down. Well, luckily, he uses it just in time to have it back up before the ring starts closing. They still forced a full heal. Battery getting handed over to him as well. Luckily, Presley has the gold armor, so he can sell this one up. 10 more seconds now. And it's just TSM being able to really utilize their position.
How with the scout,
Oh my.
destroying their heals.
Snipedown has one last shot left in this Kraber. Try to find an opening up against these squads. Again, trying to secure that first place finish once more for TSM. Remember, they hit like top 3 off of their last game, but this roof control now proving very deadly. One more shot left for Snipedown. I want to see if they have armor, the gun swap off. Nice thermite allows him to swing on in. Pringles lose out on one. That's funny to fall down. They've used the bubble as well, but it's not for the fast res, as they've got the pad out here just to block that as well. Right now, Imperial House securing that kill, bringing it down to a 2v3v3. Throughout all this, that's allowed Pop-Tarts to walk in the safety of the zone.
And they have a good spot as well. They have good cover.
And TSM are going to be forced out of this building, it looks like, at the same time that Pop-Tarts might be forced out from behind this cover. Snipedown has used his Beast of the Hunt as well. Luckily for them, of course, they're really just coming from one angle. And now you got the PK in the hands of Reps. We saw what he could do with the Mastiff. Now he's got the PK. Finish this one all off. Pringles playing as a duo, and arguably one of the worst spots right now. We'll see if they can lurk and try to buy time, walk in behind one of these squads. Still 30 seconds, a very tense situation here. Who would you rather be, TSM or Pop-Tarts in this situation?
I feel like TSM has the better spot. It depends on who Pringles decides to grief. They can maybe grief TSM, then Pop Tarts come in with a third party. Seems like Pringles is trying to go for the building.
Try to come up behind them, and looks like TSM. Another good scan out. Don't know if that was from Pop-Tarts or from Snipedown on TSM. That keeps Team Pringles at bay. And they wait this one out, but it is the slow circle. We'll see how patient they can be with it right now. Of course, just a duo. Fury does have 4 kill points to his name, so this is still a very good game for Team Pringles right now. As it'll be at least 11 points for them. But Lucas, you can see with the really wide flank, utilizing that angle to force Pringles out early. That's the bubble as well.
And trying to force inside. They know it's free. They went inside. It looks like that how they're trying to engage that arc start.
Yeah, the Arcstar slows down Reps, but they do get the knock and the kill on to one of the Pringles members. It's still a 3v3 though, as TSM have been able to basically fully recover. Hal can pop one syringe and get ready for the rest of this fight. Slow ring now closing in between as Pop-Tarts are trying to finish this one off. They don't have roof control anymore. Defensive bombardment though should clear it for them, as we do have Fury finally falling. Pop-Tarts have used the last of their utility in that one. Now TSM are forced out of this one chokehold, pointing out now, pushing out now, trying to focus down one, but they've lost out on Imperial Hell. Here's Reps though with the PK. This is the difference maker, but no, he goes down to the ring. No, it's gonna be Snipedown, bringing this down to a 1v1. Then TSM will be able to take the second game in a row. This is an absolute massive swing in momentum for TSM in game number 4.